Hey guys, Jonathan here, and I've got the LEGO Avengers Tower here. It's been officially revealed, so I can finally talk about it. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I'm going to do that in a separate video, though. In this video, I want to cut right to the chase. I had the great fortune of sitting down with the 4 LEGO set designers that worked on this set, and I got to talk with them for 30 minutes going over all the details of the set, but also getting to ask the burning questions that we all have about DC superheroes, the future of LEGO Marvel, and so much more. So I hope you enjoy that interview, and be sure to check out the other videos on my channel where I'm talking about this set, and I'll actually get to review it very soon, so stay tuned for that as well. Alright guys, one more quick check-in. As you watch this interview, you'll notice that there's a little black box on the table covering up something. LEGO did show us another set, a 2024 LEGO Marvel set, but I can't tell you what it is yet because it isn't officially revealed, so I had to cover it up for a portion of the video while it was there. I guess you guys can speculate in the comments what you think that set may be, but I literally can't tell you, can't give you any hints, and I certainly can't show you. So, with that being out of the way, let's get into the interview starting now. Guys, Avengers Tower. Oh my gosh, there's so much to say. Before we get started, could you each introduce yourselves and talk a little bit about what you do for the superheroes team?
Hi, I'm Mark Stafford. I'm a designer on the superheroes team. I've done some cool sets, I think.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I'm also Mark. Mark Trenter. I'm a senior graphic designer on the superheroes team. And I like to think I've also done some cool sets.
My name's Justin Ramson, senior model designer at the LEGO Group. I haven't done any cool sets, but I got to work with these guys, and they've done cool sets, so that's pretty cool.
You are all far too humble.
Exactly.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Junior Suzuki. I'm also senior designer, and I'm doing mainly mech and action figure in this team, but I did some small part of this set.
Could you tell me about the piece count, the total size? Do you know exactly how tall it is? And if you could maybe tell me some other details that fans are going to be excited about.
It's 5,201 pieces.
Yep.
Wow.
The one is the Tesseract, right? The extra
Or the
one.
brick separator.
Or the brick separator.
Yeah.
And it's, it's 18 plus. Comes out soon, and it's over 90 centimeters tall, so that's over 35 inches tall.
Wow.
So it's taller than the Gringotts Bank if the dragon has his wings lowered, not outstretched.
Incredible. Well, as far as the minifigures go, we are looking at a record number of minifigs in a set.
A record number of characters. We got 32 characters here. One is brick built with dummy. One is a microfig, which is Ant-Man, and then a big fig. So we got 29 minifigures, 3 other characters.
Absolutely incredible. When did development of this begin? And just to give people some background, of course, we have the Daily Bugle designer and the Sanctum Sanctorum designer, plus other superheroes designers. So this set coming together is almost like an Avengers team up to begin with.
Exactly.
But-
I mean, we couldn't have done it without a team effort.
assembled.
But yeah, we started the rough sketch of course, after the Avengers film first came out, the Avengers Assemble in the UK. I mean, that's what, 8.5 years ago, 9 years ago I joined. So, and Marcus Besser was making the original sketch. I got to help him tinker around with things, but then it was put on the shelf for ages because we just didn't know how we were going to do it. It's so tall and so big. Then the Bugle came along.
It's always been there in the area.
Yeah.
It's
Very
massive,
dusty.
roughly this size. Yeah, it got very dusty. It was built quite differently to this. There was a lot more sideways building. And it was by you and Marcus Besser, wasn't it? And it's just been there for years, as we've seen so many other things. And the Bugle, I think, made it possible for this to go forward.
Yeah, and then the Sanctum made sense because of the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, so why not do that? And then the Avengers Tower comes next, so it completes that trilogy of superhero modular buildings.
It really does.
New York skyscrapers.
Of course, as of recording this isn't out yet, but it's going to be a bestseller for sure. I mean, who wouldn't want this? But that being said,
Anybody who's fed up with Windows.
Yeah, 271 windows, which makes it the most amount of windows in a Lego set as well, which is really, really fun. So yeah, you get really, really sore thumbs after putting them all in. But
we've got all kinds of records being broken.
exactly.
That's incredible. I think something that a lot of fans would like to know, I mean, this is kind of the magnum opus, if you will, of Marvel superheroes. Is there good energy going forward that Marvel Modulars could continue? I mean, we have the Baxter building that, I know you can't give specifics. I'm not fishing for that because I know you can't, but Should fans think that this is the one that you guys are going to hang your hat on, or is there still some synergy that you'd like to see more modulars in the line?
They seem popular.
Yeah, exactly. This is my swan song, right? I never want to make a tall model ever again.
I'm so fed up of Windows, but they look so cool that it would be crazy not to go back or redo or think about other things, especially as the movies keep coming.
Absolutely.
So right now what's been in a movie, we kind of.
Yeah, I mean, the Marvel universe is so huge. There's so many stories to tell. So, yeah, who knows where we're going to go next in the LEGO superhero line, but it's pretty exciting. So,
I'd love to pull from the comic books. The Daredevil's Brownstone or something like that would be a very nice...
Oh, man. There's so much incredible stuff to dive into. Do you guys, not particularly with just this set, but is there a positive recency bias in that, like, oh, this character is fresh in people's minds because he was in a movie this year, last year, that you try to lean toward that? Or are you really, in your perfect world, pulling from all parts of the comic book lore for Marvel and DC?
I mean, this was meant to be, as you say, the magnum opus, the be all and end all. So the first thing we needed to have was all the original Avengers. I mean, that makes sense, or at least the ones from the Avengers Assemble film. And then, it's literally up to Mark and the team just to, if we can draw it, then we'll put it in to a limit, right? So we obviously have time limitations. So how quickly you can design all the figures was the biggest issue. But it was just insane who we managed to get in. Like Alexander Pierce, who I never thought we'd ever get in a Lego set. And we've got Eric Selvig somewhere. Here he is. Dr. Cho, Kevin, the Avengers fan, is super fun. Oh my goodness, there's so many characters. And also really fun things. So when Mark was designing the Marvel superhero collectible minifigures, Mark Tranter, then he was making a really cool Hawkeye, so he was having a really cool bow, so we thought, it makes sense to have Hawkeye.
Is it the same hairpiece?
It's a different hairpiece,
I think it's the same hairpiece.
Hairpiece. Yeah, maybe it's the same hairpiece, the one that came out in Friends.
Let's talk about that Kevin Feige minifig. Totally makes sense to be here. I loved on the top of the box it does say Kevin Feige. You're being too cheeky just calling him Kevin. Yeah, it does say it. Was there ever a discussion about Stan Lee being in this?
That has always been a discussion. It's something that, like, everyone on the team is like, oh, we should put Stan Lee in it. But it's just not been possible so far. But Kevin, on the other hand, has been. So yes, let's do it.
As of the recording of this video, the set's still under embargo. Does Kevin know he's in the set yet, do you think?
I hope not. And I hope it's a big surprise when he sees it. But no, he must have seen it and played with his figure.
He must know. I mean, Marvel have approved the whole thing. Someone must have told him.
Yeah. I mean, and if not, then it's a super cool thing. Then he can now say, "Oh, my goodness, I'm in a Lego set," and then have Mini Kevin to take to press conferences and Comic-Con and whatever.
Well, there's very few real life celebrities that are made as figures. I mean, you have historical figures. But removing those, I mean, like, modern day celebrities, it's a pretty short list, so it's pretty cool that he's actually included there.
One day I'll get myself and Mark and the other Mark.
Hey, you got the power, man. You can do it. Talking about the minifigs, I mean, again, record-breaking number here. I'm just looking at him. It's incredible. Wasp, kind of random inclusion. She hasn't really been involved with Avengers Tower at this point in the Marvel universe. Falcon, kind of the same. So could you talk about how you landed on the characters you did?
We have a sticker in there, which is Mark's Legoized the first Avengers. The Avengers comic book is laying on the floor in there. And if you look at the original Avengers, there's Ant-Man, there's Wasp. So they're there in the movies, and they are original Avengers. So we felt we had to include them here.
And also more winged characters. I think that's the other thing. Like, just to have the flying.
With the new stand that we have.
Yeah, we just want to have everyone flying. So, like, Falcon made sense. Wasp makes sense.
They're just cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Was there ever
cool, so.
Was there ever a conversation about a minifig scale Ant-Man?
I mean, he shrunk down to replicate the scenes that obviously see where he goes into Tony Stark's heart. So it made sense to have it micro. We've had different versions, scales, even a Triplo size one, so the big buildable one from the airport battle. So that's the beauty of Ant-Man, is he's going up.
I was going there with the airport battle, because I believe that's your second set you designed, right?
Well,
yeah, it's incredible. So obviously this is incredible. It is the highlight of the Marvel collection that's been offered so far.
Oh my goodness.
Did you start with the price point in mind, or where did you start with the scaling of this?
I mean, we started with the original sketch, right?
The original sketch is almost the same size. Unfortunately, it's gone to archive, so we don't we can't get it out anymore. But it's roughly this size. I think very slightly shorter. But it's like this. It's all built sideways with the pieces stuck on that way. The first thing when I came to it was I wanted to keep that scale because I built the original rough version here, which is where I switched it all to studs up and seeing if there was a way for us to make it much like the Daily Bugle, where you could go floor by floor and then lock it together. And but Marcus and Justin came up with the fact that this whole front section is the removable part where you get into the interior. That came from that original sketch model.
But yeah, my main dream was to make it taller than Gringotts Bank. I mean, that was the only thing I had in my head. So that's why the antenna has an extra few studs, just to
I love
give
it,
that extra bit,
just to break your own record.
Yeah.
That's a great transition into the complexity of the set, because Avengers Tower, of course, is kind of known for this angled shape. Could you talk about maybe one or two design challenges that you ran into that you really had to put on the thinking cap for?
Yeah.
I watched and rewatched the movie so many times, and
Tough job.
We had the original sketch model, and it's even front and back with the angle on it. It's nice, but I was watching the movie and I'm like, what's something off with the back side of it? And then I watched the movie and I realized that there's actually two angles on the Avengers Tower. There's the angle that we've essentially replicated here, and then the back slope is actually at a different angle. And that whole window in between is actually twisted in 3 dimensions, which you can see when Captain America's fighting himself in the background. The windows are all kind of weird. I've watched all that. so much about this tower. And it's because it goes back to Stark Tower, which was all about making the top part of the tower look beautiful for those scenes. And when they translated it into Avengers Tower, they kept that double angle, and it made it incredibly difficult to build. And I tried once or twice, but you can't twist Lego sideways and curve and all of this at the same time. So we just went for the offset angles, but it's the same angle, and then trying to figure out how to make that work. And Justin came up with the curve on the front, being able to build that.
Yeah, and also that's the thing, it's like it has all these curves and angles, and Lego bricks are predominantly square, but the fact is, we wanted to get that weird shape, but also make it buildable. I mean, this has to be buildable by, adults or kids or
from
whoever.
pictures.
Pictures, And also the tower changes a lot throughout the films and the TV shows. So even to see this side of the model, or the building in real life, it changes dramatically. So it's crazy.
The back side of the model isn't actually seen in the movies. It's seen in one very long distance shot, and I don't think it was properly 3D modeled because it's like a big blue blob. It makes no sense at all. So we ignored that. We went more with there's a SpiderMan poster for the second movie, I think, where they just mirrored the whole building and used that on the poster, and that's kind of what we used for the backside.
Well, that brings up another point I'd love to talk about. This is the first Marvel Modular to not include SpiderMan. Was he ever in the discussions? Well, I mean, 33% don't have him, so...
I mean, he's busy web slinging elsewhere. So, if you have one in your collection, then you can put him here, and if not, then buy the other superhero modular buildings and you get him. So.
Fair enough. There's probably very few people who have lost sleep as I have dreaming about this set, and my thought was maybe like Spider-Man Homecoming, because the tower gets sold in that movie. I was thinking maybe that, but to that point, Spider-Man Homecoming, we kind of see like the landing deck, and we get a mini Quinjet here. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And you can fold them in. Yeah.
Then you can store them.
And it does fit.
It fits, and it tucks quite nicely back into the hangar area.
Absolutely. You've got to be aware that there are going to be people that want to mod this. As you were building it, did you ever put any consideration into the fact that if people buy 2, they could make the tower taller? Is there any design nods or things like that to make it easy for us?
It's not like most modular buildings where there's a repeatable floor. Because of that angle, we couldn't do that here. So it's going to take a lot to do that.
Challenge accepted.
In the movies, of course, it's in the location of the MetLife building, which is attached to the back of Grand Central Station. So I wanted to do Grand Central Station underneath and all of that building originally, but turns out that's all very copyrighted to somebody who isn't Marvel. So
all right, so now you got to talk to the architecture team and be like, guys, Gringotts Bank, do this. It could work.
I mean, the beauty is it does fit on the Gringotts Bank plinth, because obviously I was designing it at the same time, so it does fit. So you do sort of get a railway track or a vault cart track underneath it. So if you do want to play out those dreams, if you really want, that's what you can do.
Don't give me any ideas,
Exactly.
Justin. Don't do that. Wow, that's so fun. There's something I want to ask you, not necessarily pertaining to the tower, but superheroes in general. As of the time that this is being recorded, there's the actors' strike, and SAG-AFTRA strike looks like it's about to end. Has
what I
that
heard, yeah.
affected any future plans for you guys with movies getting moved ahead? I know with like Wonder Woman 84, that set came out like
One of mine, yes.
I know. It came out a little disconnected from the movie. Same with Black Widow. I'm just curious if movies being moved have changed anything for sets. You don't have to go into specifics about that, just if it's moved anything
I
at all.
mean, not that we know of, right? And at the end of the day, we design everything to be an awesome toy. So even if it doesn't tie into a film, it's still an awesome play set for kids. Like
Most movies only have a couple of sets tied into it, and it's not too difficult to move those. The Captain Marvel spaceship is another one I did, which isn't out till next month.
Yeah, it comes out really soon.
Same time as this. But that was originally done for a January launch this year, but it's fairly easy. Well, it's not easy, it causes problems, but we can move C sets around as long as the movie doesn't go away. It's generally okay.
Along those lines of the Captain Marvel set, that movie has been moved. Its dates have been moved quite a bit as well. Did that affect the set design at all?
It did, because I got a load of concept art in and I designed the set, and we were approaching, I was 3/4 of the way done with it. And then the movie was moved, so we stopped, and then they managed to send more concept art. So I was able to change the design of the spaceship to more closely match what it'll be in the movie. How close it'll be, I don't know, because it's not final effects or final design. But what I've seen in the trailer is looking pretty close.
Yeah, it is pretty accurate. A lot of people talk about the price of that set. Any thoughts there?
I have nothing to do with the price, I'm sorry. I have my budget for the pieces. I do the best I can with that.
Yeah, it's a really strong model. I love what you did with the 3x3 curved pieces and using those.
Thank you.
It's a really strong model. I just would be remiss not to be a superheroes journalist not to ask about that price.
The shaping of it in the concept art was beautiful. Trying to get that into the Lego model and still make it a good playable thing. I like challenges like that, so I really enjoyed doing them all.
And you get to put a bunch of cats in it.
Exactly, I love the cats. The amount of cats in it is amazing.
I wanted like 30 cats in the model.
Yeah. Well,
That's why Mark requested to do that model.
Cats or flirking, who knows?
I'm allergic to real cats.
me too. I got you, man. So when you and I spoke last year, Mark, we were kind of hoping there'd be more DC, and of course we got some Batman 1989 sets this year.
The stuff I couldn't tell you we were doing last year.
And I understand that you probably can't do so any further, but could you talk a little bit about those DC sets that came out, just being under the superheroes umbrella, and any development things that you may know about it?
No? What?
Any of the Batman stuff this year?
I did an action figure.
Yeah, the posable figure.
Okay. So Batman being back, can we be hopeful that may extend beyond just the Batman umbrella, maybe Superman, Wonder Woman, or are we kind of sticking Batman?
I mean, we can't talk about future products, but we can talk about the Avengers Tower. Which is coming soon. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I would love to have a lineup like this at DC. Hopefully one day.
Hopefully one day.
Again, we don't decide that. We just get told make cool toys that fit this. And,
Tough life, man.
So,
Tough
exactly.
life.
Yeah, we get paid for it as well.
We design what we're told.
Well, getting back to design, something I've wanted for a long, long time with LEGO superheroes, but particularly Marvel, because it's my favorite, are battle-damaged figures. And this is really, if you don't count that poly bag of Iron Man that had a black and blue eye, this is really our first true battle-damaged figure.
Oh, and goodness, yeah, is this one. So yeah, you've got an awesome Mark 6. Yeah, it's Mark 6. The Mark 6 damaged Iron Man. Of course, he's zooming in, and you can all check it. But yeah, it's super, super cool that we can include that. And then, we also have the Mark 7 flying outside to catch Tony Stark, and then you can play out that whole scene where he then goes and flies off.
It's in the superhero movies, they're always being beaten up. They're always wrecked and ruined, and it's just it's difficult to justify. We'll just do the ruined one.
Sure.
And the kids can't play with it.
But it really is ruined in Avengers 2012 in this sequence, so it makes sense. If I could be a messenger on behalf of the superheroes team, a lot of people would love, love, love more battle damage. So if it ever comes up in a conversation,
Battle damage. No, go on.
I was thinking it's going to look great in dioramas.
Battle damage is my favorite thing to do on a figure. So I did the Ultron Mark 1, and he is just wrecked. So I just started with the Iron Legion and just smash it up.
Could you talk about Vision? The Vision figure is new, and pretty
Yeah.
exciting.
He's really
Vision's great. We really wanted to make Vision different to other versions, so we were looking into what transparent pieces we could use to give him that sort of phasing effect that he has in the
universe,
the
right?
first scene when he's born, sort of thing. Yeah.
We also have Vision and Ultron fighting in the back of the tower, so you can see it
cool.
now.
As
There's
blobs of
yeah,
light.
blobs, so that was
I
pretty
can't wait to
super
see
fun
that.
to put that in.
Mark, earlier this year you designed the Avengers Quinjet,
Yes.
which of course has lots of 2012 Avengers. Many of the figures we see here, although some do have some slightly different pieces in this set. I was wondering, did that set influence this one with that? Because I know minifigs tend to bleed across the theme.
The minifigs, definitely. It was our strategy for this because we wanted all of the Avengers and we can't justify them for a single set. So obviously some of them had to come a little earlier so that we could feature them strongly here. It didn't affect the model at all. The model was the best Quinjet I could build.
And you did
at
a
the
great
time.
job, man. I
thank
love
you.
that set.
Yeah.
Can we shift gears and actually take a look inside the tower?
Yeah.
Great.
Sure.
Okay, we're going off the grid here, folks.
Whoa.
So there's how it comes off.
So this is the ground floor. So the ground floor, you have the reception area. You've got Tony Stark in his shield outfit, and then Alexander Pierce, 2 SWAT agents out at the front. Kevin the Avengers fan, and then Iron Man and War Machine are there.
The reception area, we tried to base it on the reception as you see it in the time travel stuff from
Sure.
Infinity War, and it's actually based on a Vancouver office building, which is where they shot it, and we kind of took inspiration for that. There's nothing directly there, but the color choice of the desk and things were influenced by that.
Wow. Walk me through Captain America up
moving
here.
You've got the Captain America versus Captain America fight. We wanted to include, obviously, the America's ass scene, so that was like the main thing for us. And then the whole model revolved around that.
We really like memes.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell.
And then in the back, you've got Ultron fighting Vision. You've got a lab for Dr. Cho, so you can play out, removing the Infinity Stone from Vision's head, or all the other different things that goes on.
You've got Hulk sliding down the side there, just like the movie.
ripping out some windows.
I like destroying buildings.
yeah.
You do. Look at the bugle, man.
And then, whereas I like them solid, so the Sanctum is mint condition. Then upstairs, you've got a bit of an Iron Man lab, so you've got the different suits and the dummy fixing the Iron Man armor, which is super fun.
There's a few Easter eggs in there.
Yeah, there's like a Roxxon canister, and then also like around this side, which I think is really fun. Mark did an amazing deco for the Time cover, or the magazine cover.
Oh, how cool.
I think
That's great.
It appears in like Iron Man 1 in a montage of Tony Stark.
Wow. And then is this the holding tank, like with Loki?
Yes, yeah. So originally that's in the helicarrier, but we thought it makes sense, at least for this build, and also to pay homage to the film, just have a jail. Of course, they're going to have a jail.
What do we have on the
It'll be similar
newspapers
in
there?
I can't even remember. What do we have? Okay, yeah. So Mark, I don't know if you want to talk about it.
Which one is it?
It's the-
Oh yeah, okay. That one. So that's the newspaper that Tony Stark is reading at the end of Iron Man 1.
I love that.
And then in the very, very back, we've got Armin Zola. Right?
Armin Zola.
Oh my
on the
gosh.
computer screen, which we don't count as one of the characters.
No, we should have had him on the display, but he's just chilling in the back.
That's incredible.
And then moving up to the top, this comes off. It actually has a really unconventional build, but it was super fun to do, where we can put the flex tube to give it this curved effect. So yeah, you've got the lounge area, so you can play out Ultron arriving and scaring everyone, and also the hammer.
We watched so much of this movie that we realised that Hawkeye has constantly got his feet on the furniture. Terrible.
Wow.
And then we've got the I guess it's another lounge area where Loki gets smashed, right?
We used that as the from Avengers 1, it's Stark Tower. It's
Yep.
the room where he had all
my
the boxes and he was just moving out of. So we got the smashed floor.
Yeah, and you can play out Loki getting punched into the floor by Hulk.
Puny guard.
And then upstairs we've got the like more of the lab for where they play out with the scepter and a raid audition. The very, very top we've got Eric Selvig with his
Selvig device.
Selvig device, yeah. So you can open another portal, and then in theory I want to see a build where it goes even higher, and then more Chitauri and then Leviathan's coming to destroy New York. So
That is absolutely incredible.
And then we got Junior's
Oh my
Leviathan
gosh.
and the Quinjet.
Wow, I can't believe the Leviathan is in this set. Does he come with the stand?
Yeah, it comes with the stands,
Wow.
and also all the figures come with the stands. So all these transparent stands that you see, you can
neat.
pose the figures.
There's a whole ton of extra transparent bits as well, so you
Yeah.
can change your poses around if you want to.
And
Incredible.
we had this really fun element that was designed by another team, so we thought, it makes sense to shove it in Thor's hands, and he can now, chuck his hammer, but then he can also hold his hammer normally and stand and ride the Leviathan
Wow.
and fly around.
Could we take a look at Wasp up close here?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Wow.
She's holding Ant-Man at the moment.
A lot of people have been hoping for that helmet to be printed like that, so you guys crushed it.
You also get the wig as well, so
Oh,
wigs
neat.
for all the characters.
Yeah.
So if you want Tony Stark with his hair, or you
Yeah,
want,
you know what? If we could just look at the figures here, that's even better. Wow. That vision is incredible. I'm kind of speechless, guys. This is crazy. You guys absolutely crushed it. Do you each have a favorite figure?
I think so, yeah. Where's your
Yeah, I like Wasp. Yeah, with that helmet. That was my dream.
Yeah,
So
it's
to use that helmet.
the Monkey Kid helmet right from May.
No, it
Oh, is that
was
what?
we made it.
Oh, we made it. Yeah, okay.
But the first Wasp was using the long helmet.
I think
With that long.
at the point we were making it, it's when the Hawkeye TV show was out, and we saw the flashbacks of him jumping backwards off the building and firing
Yeah.
the arrow that inspires her to become a version of Hawkeye. So that was my thing. I wanted Hawkeye jumping backwards off a building, firing an arrow up at a bad guy.
And also the hot dog scene for the hot dog with mayo, right? That Hawkeye really loves. So we wanted to put one coming in with a hot dog.
Yeah, he's bringing a hot dog with mayo on it. That's his
For me, I love the work that Mark's done on all the characters, but specifically, I really love Ultron. I think he's super cool to have all that damaged figure in there. I've been on the superhero team long enough to see various iterations of the Avengers Tower come out, so we've always seen cool Ultrons, but I think this is the ultimate version that you've done.
That is incredible.
No.
I keep coming back to Vision. That is just amazing. It almost looks like a new color, no? On the
No, it's,
torso and
I mean, there's just normal transparent blue,
Wow.
blue, and then it goes up into the teal. So yeah, Mark and the gang did an insane job. And then with the foil, we could also, have some transparent element, but then also play out with Wasp's wings.
Absolutely incredible. I'm going to throw this here and we'll just do a little cut. See how it goes.
Yeah, my favorite figure is also Ultron. It's just good to just, as I said, just wreck a design.
You mentioned that Hulk's head and hair move. Could you show that?
So yeah, we've for the first time ever got a new wig for the Hulk, or
Wow.
for a big fig, right? That's removable, so you can finally give him a turned head, and I know a lot of people have been asking that for some time, or if they
Incredible.
haven't, now they've got it. So it's pretty funny.
And it,
Now you can
and it
see
means
where he's smashing.
when you pose him on the front, waving a Chitauri around, you can have him looking angrily at the Chitauri rather than rigidly staring straight ahead like we've had so far. So.
Incredible. Did Kevin Feige get a new head print?
He does have a new face. He also has a new torso, a new cap. He's
Wow.
holding a chimichanga burrito. I don't know what you want to call it.
Shawarma, maybe?
Well, yeah, maybe.
Oh, cool. That's and the
Maybe.
Avengers on the logo hat there. That's incredible.
And there's also shawarma in the bin. So
Wow.
in case you know. What else? Thank you.
That is so neat, guys. What's something you're excited for people to discover in this set when they build it?
There are a lot of Easter eggs
Yeah.
here. We assumed that Tony Stark wouldn't always wait for a lift and might fly up and down the lift shaft, so there's a couple of things he may have dropped in there.
Oh.
There's some of the stickers have some amazing little hidden Easter eggs.
I mean, while you're building on the instructions, we put a few fun facts in, which is you can see more commonplace in adult sets, but there's every build has a reference or an idea behind it. So we're really excited to, for fans to watch the films while they're building it maybe and go, oh my goodness, there's this and there's that, and really have fun with it. And then, call them out online, I guess that's the usual.
And make fun of the fact that we've taken things from all over the timeline and put it all together happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Yeah.
we've got the memorial for the fight they're actually having
Yeah.
there on the ground floor.
So then there's even stuff like the pager that Nick Fury has, that's hidden at the back. I'm trying to get it off the tile. So there's a pager for Nick Fury, so then he can call Captain Marvel, and so you can play out that scene, and then...
It's like, where's Captain Marvel if you're doing the Avengers? Well, she's not here. He's,
Yeah.
he's dropped the pager. Because he drops it in the... as he dusts, he drops the pager. We reckon he must have been dropping it all over the place. That's why he never called her any earlier.
And then the beauty is you've got a sling ring portal, so it connects to every other universe ever, so you can really play out where all these characters are going and living.
Was the inclusion of Wong instead of Doctor Strange a reference to Marvel Phase 4 where he's kind of been showing up everywhere lately?
Yeah, well, he may not have turned up everywhere. And also, yeah, Doctor Strange has so much provenance in the Sanctum Sanctorum. You get so many figures, whereas you only get one Wong. So we really wanted Wong more. So, but yeah, he's showing up all over the universe. So it's super, super fun that we can bring him in here. And yeah, as he said, if you have the Sanctum, you can go boop and put them up and switch them around.
Incredible.
No, thank you.
It does just fit next to the Daily Bugle, or like it says Daily Bugalier if you put it
Daily Bugle A if you're Canadian, which is great.
Just since you're closest to it, how tall would you guess the Daily Bugle is by comparison? It may be a little tough for viewers to...
Well, the Bugle sign goes up to here,
Yeah,
pretty much close.
the sign
Okay.
lines up with the A almost
And
exactly.
wow.
Then if you put the Sanctum here, then you've got the monster coming here.
Sorry.
Okay, good.
All right, guys, let me know what you thought of that interview. I thought we got a lot of interesting information out of the designers. Like, did you catch at one point that Mark Stafford actually mentioned about the battle-damaged Iron Man looking good in a diorama? Does that mean we could get some more LEGO Marvel dioramas? Who knows? I don't know. But they did drop a lot of really good nuggets that we can speculate on. So let me know your thoughts on everything that was said in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.